Hello, good evening. Welcome to Monday Night Paranormal Live with myself, Paul and Jenny from Host for Ghosts, Angela from South Coast Ghost, and our very, very special privileged guests are Michelle and Mark from Darkside Spirit Seekers. So,
good evening.
Welcome to you both.
Hello.
So,
Thank you.
From everybody here, we wish everybody watching a happy new year and hope you had a great Christmas. This is our first one back since Christmas, so we hope you all had a good time and drunk many and ate too many. So tonight, say we have Michelle and Mark from Darkside Spirit Seekers. So if you have any comments, any questions for them, please send them in the comments. Angela will put them up on the screen and they'll do their best to answer them. So welcome you two to Monday Night Paranormal Live. We may have Luke drop in, so you'll just suddenly see another face appear. He sometimes comes in. So welcome to Monday night. So Darkside Spirit Seekers. Hi, Jamie. Jamie's from Ghost Dragon Investigations down in Somerset. So he's often on here, so he'll ask you some questions. How did you get the name Darkside Spirit Seekers?
Wow. Well, it's obviously there's that many paranormal teams out there. You think, right? Well, we can't have that because that's been used by someone else, you know. And it's so difficult to come up with a name. And I thought, you know, as before, I don't like to use the word ghost, and I don't like to use the word hunt because hunt. It means there's a kill at the end of it because, you know, being a former soldier. So it's so I thought I don't want ghosts and I don't want hunters. So I thought, okay, well, we like to call them spirits, we prefer to call them by their name, but spirit's the best one of the two evils. Then I thought, well, we're not hunting, we're seeking. So I thought, okay, that's spirit seekers. I thought, I don't want to be that. Think of something else to go in front of it, you know. And I'm a massive Star Wars fan. I'm a massive Star Wars fan. And obviously, it's I don't know which one we was watching, but it said, you know, obviously talking about the dark side, and I thought, dark side. So, shall I write it down before I forget before the end of the movie? Put it together, and I thought, I like the sound of this. Someone's got to have it, you know. We're not going to be that lucky. And no one had that name, so I thought, cool, that's it, and that's what we've been called ever since.
Nice. Yes. And so what would be your favourite investigation? What would be the one you'd say was number one? If you had a list of 1 to 4, what would be your number one? What would be right out there? Is that
what we've already done or what we'd like to do?
Well, what you've already done, and then we'll come on to what you'd like to do, like a bucket list.
My favourite one has to be Shepton Mallet. I mean, it's so active at Shepton Mallet. It's just absolutely crazy. And that was my number one. And I literally want to go back there again this year and get some more because that's where I've got all my evidence from. So, it's just crazy for activity, isn't it?
Oh, it's even during obviously it doesn't always happen at night, does it? But, you know, even during the day, it's so, in fact, it's probably more active during the day.
Right.
You know, what we tend to look at it is, you know, if spirits, if they say they're on a loop or something like that, most people are sleeping at night time, aren't they? So no wonder, you know, spirits are probably quiet and probably asleep. So obviously, you find during the day, unaware, they can.
So we've caught some activity during
quite
the day
a lot during the day,
well.
haven't we? So it's.
Yeah.
Do you tend to go there during the day and then stay into the night, or just how do you do it?
Well, the day one was by chance, wasn't it?
Yeah, we just kind of popped in to do a visit because we was down there and was meant to be at another event. It was an event at Shepton, wasn't it?
It was hosting for a company, weren't we?
It was cancelled, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we're still down there because we booked a hotel and everything. And we just thought, right, we'll still pop in and just go do a normal visit. And it was quite late on in the day, probably about 4:30. And was walking around. Was it C-wing or D-wing?
We had the whole prison to ourselves. It was great. We loved it.
There wasn't anybody else around on the wing, which was fantastic. So we thought, right. So I said to Mark, right, I'm going to do a record, and it's like, keep quiet, you know, bugger off or whatever you've got to do. But it's just like, be quiet.
She didn't say that. I can assure you that. I know the words that she said, but I'm not going to repeat them. Go away, basically.
So I told her to be quiet, and I started recording. And the first cell that I went in, I didn't know until I got home and listened to my footage that there was a man actually in the cell that said hello to me.
Oh.
And it was so clear.
It was clear.
It really was so clear.
Heard.
And then I went to the last cell on that side, and it was as if I just disturbed somebody because they went. So yeah, it's clear as day, wasn't it?
Well, it's a male orientated wing, wasn't it? C-wing, and you know, I'm assuming back in the olden days when it was female prison officers wouldn't have been allowed in, or there may not have been female prison officers. So it was probably unusual for a female to go in the cell. So that's maybe why. That's my assumption anyway.
Possibly.
The C wing where the Grey twins were kept, wasn't it?
I think it was, wasn't
Yes.
it? Yeah.
Cell 7.
Yeah. I don't know if I can't remember if it's cell 7 or cell 8. It was one of the two, wasn't it?
Either way, it was quiet.
Yeah, it was quiet.
We had obviously they're not necessarily going to hold the prison, are they? But it's.
But then we went back another time when we was actually hosting for a company. We actually went back, and everyone was just doing what they was doing at night. Whether they're sleeping or just investigating. I actually went out onto, is it again C wing or D wing? Was it the same wing?
Yeah, because there was no. I think all the customers were off doing what they were doing, or there was sleeping. So we thought, we'll utilize this and have a little mini investigation. And
I actually went on to the main outright wing, and I actually had a spirit actually call my name out.
Oh,
and it was clear, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It recognised you, didn't it? Because it said Michelle.
Yeah, it's clear as day. It was crazy. It was. And then there was another one where I went in another cell and I said, is there anybody in here who wants to communicate? And I got the response, yes, there is.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it was crazy, isn't it?
Oh, it's a great look. I'd recommend it to anybody, Shepton Mallet.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We need to use Shrewsbury next. That's what we want to do next.
Yeah. Andrew, do you have a question for Michelle or Mark?
Let me think. What's the scariest thing that's happened to you on an investigation?
Oh, well.
It has to be about your son.
I mean, as regards to the paranormal, it's extremely rare I get scared. But we did a location called Keith of the Underground. Oh. Great place. If no one's ever done that, again, I'd recommend it. Or probably after this one, probably not. And my son, what we perceived to be, he got an attachment.
Mm.
And well, it was we was doing our own public event there.
Yeah.
So we had the guests there, and Mary my son just split up with his girlfriend, and I said, "Well, come with us, but you don't do an investigation because you should never do that when you're down. You should never do it when you're down because the spirits will attach to you, as we know." But I said, "Come along, and don't get involved, but just see how we run it. And if you want to come on an investigation with us, private or public, you're welcome to do so." Because he wanted to get into it, didn't he?
Yeah.
So I only took him along to cheer him up. I'm not doing it again. And we did the first vigil was human pendulum. We like to start off with the human pendulum because it gets the customers all together, gets them interact. Well, hopefully, fingers crossed, it gets them interacting.
Yeah.
It does hard work sometimes. And for the first time, we got absolutely nothing. I think we had a cat ball flash and the REM pod went off just briefly once. I thought, I didn't actually plan for that one. So I said, Michelle, what do we do now? It took me by surprise. So we said, we'll go to the next vigil, which was ironically going to be the brothel. So, so you can get away with it, can't you? We're going to get activity at the brothel. Yeah. Okay. And but Eric come up to us and he came up to Michelle actually and said, Michelle, I'm not feeling too well. So we thought, maybe it's because we're down underground. It can have that effect on people. And so we said, right, we'll go up the stairs, go outside where you can have a cigarette and just get some fresh air. We'll do this vigil. It'll only be about 20, 25 minutes because we're running a bit over time. And we'll come back and pick you up and we'll go back for a break. Oh, I forgot all about him. I completely forgot. And one of our hosts came up to us and said, "Can I borrow you for a minute?" I thought, "Oh God, what have I done wrong now? What am I in trouble for?" So I left Michelle with the customers and said, "Yeah, okay." And she says, "Eric's unresponsive." Well, obviously, you don't want to hear that as a parent. So he's unresponsive. I said, "What do you mean he's unresponsive?" He says, "I've tried shaking him, can't get no response from him." I thought,
no.
So obviously, I legged it up the stairs like 600 miles an hour. And obviously, Eric was crouched and leant against the wall. So squatting, crouching, whatever you want to call it. And I said to Eric, Eric, listen to me, son. Come to my voice. Listen to me. This is your dad. And he wasn't responding. So I gently shaking him. I said, Eric, listen to my voice and come to me. And he still was no response. And he was growling. And he was growling and hissing as well. It was weird. But he was also frothing at the mouth. And I thought, oh God, don't tell me he's took an overdose, please, for God's sake. No.
Yeah.
So obviously, so I was getting prepared, ready to call for an ambulance and this, that, and the other. And so I was actually gently slapping him around the face. Says, listen to me, son. this is your dad. Come to my voice. Whatever's got you there or whatever's there, just forget that and come to me. He wasn't. And the more I was speaking to him, the more he was growling at me. He was agitated. His fists were clenching. His teeth were gritting. So I said, right, I'm going to get him down to the break room. Andy, who owns the place, is a fully trained paramedic. So I thought, we'll utilize him if there's nothing really we can do. So to get from the steps, down the corridor to the break room should have took about 2 to 3 minutes. It took me 25 minutes of fighting.
Oh, wow.
And my son is 8 stone wet through. I could pick him up with one hand. And I was sweating by the time I got back because it was such a physical, I won't get anywhere with him. I thought I'm going to ask for help here. But I got him back there, slumped him in the chair the best I could. And Andy came down, checked his observations. He said there's an elevated heart rate and that is absolutely fine. So nothing paramedic-wise I can do. So I thought, oh, God, here we go. So I obviously left it down to Michelle then. Because Michelle's a witch. So she can do all of that. She deals with attachments. Well, the first stage of attachments, obviously, other than that, we'd have to call someone else in, we'll hire above, so to speak. So I backed off. It was awful because the customers at that point were tutting. They were sighing. Oh, I'm getting bored. I said, right. I said, I can't leave Eric here if he was a member of the public, my staff, my son. Doesn't matter who it was. I wouldn't leave them here to let them alone. So I said, take my equipment, take my staff, and go do your own investigation. That's what you paid for. So you don't have to sit here and watch this. It's not for pleasure or anything like that.
No.
But they wouldn't go. I thought, well, I'll stop. Okay, fair enough. You do what you want. You paid for it. So it's so obviously Michelle was doing whatever Michelle does. Obviously she can get into that. She knows what she did, or I stay out of it because I'm not trained for anything like that. And the next minute, it was weird because the next minute he projectile vomited and it was pure. It's the brightest yellow I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like this yellow. And I've seen sickness of all kinds, been in the military. This was nothing I've ever seen. But it hit the floor and it frothed and sizzled and it smelled of sulfur. I know exactly what that is. I'm not wet behind the ears. I know exactly. I know, people can believe it or they don't believe it. It's entirely up to them. It's their preference. But that was very weird. And for the first time since leaving the military, that was the scariest thing I've ever had to deal with. It was awful. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone.
No.
It was awful. Sorry.
So sorry, Michelle. So you had to deal with it, did you?
I did.
Have a sense of what it was going on, or did you sort of find your way in?
I sort of found my way in. I sort of sensed what was going on because, his eyes was literally rolling and everything. So we kind of knew what was going on. So I kind of knew what to do. And with doing what I was doing constantly, it obviously expelled the spirit. And that's when he was sick. That's when he projectile vomited all the yellow stuff. And it again was just, it was horrible, wasn't it? The smell of it as well. It was vile. It literally just filled the whole room with sulfur, didn't it?
Wasn't it? It was awful.
Yeah.
But do you think he got it there, or something that attached at some stage? You think he got it from there?
I think he'd got it there because there was actually saying that before we went, they'd actually opened 5 more new rooms underground. So maybe something had been contained, and because obviously they've opened these new rooms, then it's let something out.
Wow.
I mean, come to think of it now, and I'm not saying this because after the event, but when we got there, because we'd been there once before, and it was a paid event for us. Yeah. And I said to Michelle, it feels like the dynamics have changed somehow. I didn't know about the open rooms. I didn't know anything about that.
Right.
And didn't know that until afterwards. And I said the dynamics seems to have changed. There's a bit more heaviness here than I felt before. Because I'm a bit more in tune now than what I used to be. Michelle. And now it makes sense now that I think personally something was let out of one of those rooms. Maybe we're never going to know.
No.
But
did you, the pair of you, as sensitive? Did you not pick up anything when you walked in? You thought, this is a bit of a strange atmosphere, but.
I said to Sarah and Kirsty.
I said the dynamics seemed to have changed.
When we went in, we was all just sensing that there was more of a heaviness and oppressiveness. And it literally changed since the last time that we'd actually gone there.
Oh, wow.
You could actually feel it. You really could.
And what stood out as well was obviously Andy, who owns the place, does not like to go down there at all. He does his spiel, Then he walks off into his flat up above,
'Cause it scares
and he
him,
stays
doesn't
there.
it?
He said it terrifies him being down there, but he actually stayed all night so we could carry on our investigation and not let our customers down.
Wow.
A nice guy, you know. He's hand on heart.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy. I owe him a lot for that.
Yeah.
You know,
Obviously, somebody's very switched on, isn't he?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
he is
he
very
is.
switched on.
Yeah.
You know,
And that's
so-
always a good thing, isn't it? You got
Even
someone.
Andy had said, though, that people have been saying that, you know, those who go there regular had also said the same thing, that it's changed. The atmosphere's got darker, it's got more oppressive, and, you know, a lot of people kept telling him that.
You've got to understand as well is obviously I'm not going to say any names of any teams, but some teams they open things up and don't close them properly. You know, maybe something like that. I don't know. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not going to.
No. I know what it's saying.
Some people, they think obviously the Ouija boards are just a bit of fun.
They're not.
Which they can be to a certain extent if you do it properly. You can have a bit of fun with them in that essence, but you've got to open them up properly. You've got to do a prayer. You've got to close them down properly. And I know of quite a few teams that don't.
Yeah.
You know, and I just think, you know, you're playing with fire.
Because we, you know, if we use a Ouija board, we open it up, but we allow the guests to use it, but we're obviously hovering over their shoulder, because obviously you don't want to go on the board to influence it, but you need to watch what that planchette's doing.
You do.
Yeah. You do. That is
Because
true. You know,
we know the signs, don't we, that if it's doing a figure of 8 or it's doing something you're thinking, this is not right, the guests wouldn't know, would they? They'd be, oh, this is fun, it's going here, there. And then you're looking over their shoulder thinking, right, I'm going to close this in a minute. Let's just see where this goes. You know, and it is a form of communication, isn't it?
It is, and an old one as well. You know, and it can be very good. Obviously, most of the time it doesn't work at all. You know, we get that, but you know, it's not like the movies. I wish it was sometimes, but you know,
Ghost Dragon investigations. But some teams don't believe anything can happen, and that the danger people truly don't believe.
Exactly, absolutely,
or don't want to believe.
Yeah. I'll have some feeling now, if you don't mind asking, is he went back with you on Mother and Yet?
That's a fantastic question. Thank you for asking. It's he actually remembers nothing. Obviously, has that normal time lapse, you know, anything like that. You know, he knew he was there, and then it was only when we got home, which is about an hour and a half's drive from that, plus the rest of the investigation. That was, you know, just about 5 minutes from home was the first time he actually come awake and actually spoke. He was asleep for most of the night, which is great. I don't want him to know. I don't want him to remember.
Yeah.
He seems fine. You know, we've just on the safe side, we have cleansed him, made sure he's properly cleansed, just in case. Because you never always know, it can be dormant or anything. You don't know, do you? And this was about 6-7 months ago. It was 8 months ago.
I think it was April last year.
And he's, as far as I'm aware, you know, touch wood, he's fine. Thank you.
Yeah. When you see Dora come up, Dora's one of our lead investigators, and she's Polish. So,
awesome.
If the interpretation of the words is a bit different.
That's fine.
I don't know Polish, sorry. I don't know English half my time. So
no, same here, mate.
I'm used to talking to the dead, not the living.
They don't answer back either, do they? Sometimes?
No, not usually.
That's why I say I'm more afraid of the living more than the dead.
I am.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Michelle, you're a practicing witch, are you now? Or have been for many years?
I don't practice. The first time that I actually knew that I had any sort of ability was back in 2020 when I first saw, how can you put it, in my first apparition, full apparition. It was my ex-husband at the time.
He's not the apparition, by the way.
No.
Wishful thinking.
We was on our way to our first paranormal investigation, and we just set off, and everything was fine. And something made me glance into the back of the car, and I looked into the back of the car, and on the back seat was this woman that was just sat there in this white dress. And I asked my husband, I was like, where's she come from? And he was like, what? And he couldn't see her. And I was the only one who could see her.
Oh, wow.
So he was just, basically having a laugh, thinking that I was joking, I was going bananas, you know, and all this kind of stuff like you do. And I got to the investigation. I spoke to the medium, and the medium says, "Oh no." He said, I can see that somebody's with you." I was like, right, but I said, how the heck am I going to persuade my husband to understand that, you know, I'm seeing somebody? And he says, oh, he'll understand by the end of the night. So we had the investigation. I was affected during the investigation because I just like sat there and cried for no apparent reason at all. It just come out from like out of the blue, which obviously must have been this person who was attached to me. And basically, at the end of the night, they took pictures of like the people who was there, you know, the guests and stuff.
Yeah.
And behind me was actually a woman in a white dress.
Oh, wow.
So I showed him that picture and he was like, wow, you did see her. I was like, I did. So, you know, he understood that there was this full apparition, wasn't there, of a white.
It is.
White
It's a weird photo because obviously when Michelle first showed it to me when we got together about 4.5 years ago, I said to her, because I was looking at it, because a lot of bits were out of sync. I says, that looks like someone's trying to doctor the picture. And it isn't. And it looks like the spirit has tried to do something to the picture, because obviously you've got an arm where there shouldn't be an arm. You know, it's not physically possible.
Yeah.
And it was, but that picture of the lady or whatever she is, she don't look very happy either.
No, she doesn't look very nice either. I've been told that she is actually still with me even to this day, but I don't acknowledge her because a few mediums have said, you know, she's not a nice person. So they said if you don't acknowledge her, then obviously she's not going to bother you.
Yeah.
So I just don't acknowledge her anymore.
We have tried, obviously, because when we do, because we work with our vessels and that at home and everything as much as we can. So we have tried just having one night where we tried to communicate with her. Wasn't forthcoming with anything. So either she doesn't want to interact, or she's there for more sinister methods, reasons. I don't know.
All I'll describe is she looks more like the Grudge, doesn't she?
Yeah, with a lot of long hair. Yes.
Yeah, with the long hair, and that's what
Oh, wow.
I can see by it, basically.
I hope to God not, because she's not very nice. But you know, oh dear.
But yeah,
Sorry.
That was the first time that I've really known that I had any kind of abilities. And we've got a lady that's just joined our team, and she's actually going to, because she's a clairvoyant, so she's actually going to help me through because she's a witch as well. So she's going to point me in the right direction.
To enhance,
nice.
To enhance your gift, so to speak.
Yeah. That's nice, isn't it? When you've got someone that can understand. I mean, sometimes you explain these paranormal happenings to people, and they look at you like, these are mad couple. They do like me and Jen when we, they sort of give you that look, don't they? And you think, oh, okay, but they don't understand. And when you meet someone like-minded, like in the paranormal world, other investigators and clairvoyants and mediums or whatever, you know, you suddenly click, don't you? This is a whole different world, isn't it? The paranormal world to anything else.
It is. I mean, me and Amy, we did a investigation at the old Salutation Inn just before Christmas, and that's the first time that I'd actually met her as well, because she joined and worked with her, and we actually went down into the caves, and we were sat down there, and I said to Amy, I said, I can hear children. I said, it's like children talking and laughing, and she just turned around. She said, there's 4 children just walked in. I was like, oh, okay. So me and her kind of like, she sees them, I hear them.
And I sense them.
I can only see spirits in light form. That's the only way I can see them at the minute. And she said she's going to help me progress that.
Oh,
so
right.
I can actually see them properly. So it'll be good.
Yeah, sounds good. Angie, do you have a picture ready or?
Yeah.
It wasn't me, I went there.
Modern day technology.
Oh, don't you love it? It's great, isn't it?
Right. Let's try this one.
There we go.
That's the one at Skidbrook. That one.
Right.
We was all outside, and basically there was nobody at all in Skidbrook at that time.
It's a ruin, isn't it?
Yeah. And we looked in, and then we just saw the shadow, and I think it's the Black Monk of Skidbrook.
right.
That's who's meant to haunt it, isn't it?
That's what the local legends say. Yes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it looks like somebody with a like hood on and a cape.
It's
Yeah.
definitely somebody watching.
A hood,
That's
yeah.
for definite. What it is or who it is, I don't have a clue. But
Yeah, because we was all outside, so yeah.
And that's ruins, is it? Or
it's a shell. It's not a. It's got no windows. It's got no door. I think it's got a hearse around it at the minute because I think they're doing some restoration work to it.
right.
But I think it's grade 2 listed building. But it's supposed to be the number 1 or number 2 most demonic church in the country, apparently.
Oh, wow.
Because a lot of black magic's been done there, sacrifices, rituals, sacrifices, and grave desecration. I think that was in the early 1960s. I think it was.
Right.
So you can imagine what's been conjured up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can imagine. Have you ever been to Hellfire Caves in Wickham?
We haven't we?
We have. We've not investigated there. We only went there as we thought, oh, we'll fancy we'll go to Hellfire Caves. Why not? As you do.
Yeah.
And it's a very surreal place, isn't it? You know,
Isn't
I'd
it?
love to do an investigation there. I would love to.
I did one there many years ago, and I mean a long time ago, and it's very sinister at night. Very, you know when you're walking down the tunnels and the little rooms off the tunnel, you know someone's behind you. You just know it. You know,
We
you
had a
keep
feeling
looking
they've been
behind.
watched, didn't we?
You have that. It's a constant feeling from as soon as you go through that main gate and you've got to start descending. There's always that constant. You are being watched. Obviously, I think there's cameras there, but there's not because of that.
No.
You know, and you're on edge.
Feeling. Yeah, edge. Yeah, you're never, for want of a word, you're never relaxed in there.
No.
You're always on the edge. You're looking. What's that? Can I feel that? Is that someone behind me? You know, that type of thing. Have you got another picture, Angela? Or
The thing that made us laugh with the Hellfire Caves is we went up to the mausoleum afterwards, and we actually found a defibrillator in a graveyard.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the new words, the new meanings of the word the afterlife, so to speak.
That picture there was at a place called Bradley Woods in Grimsby. And the legend is that there's a lady that wears like a robe, I suppose it's a bit like a monk, isn't it?
Yeah, but does look more like a monk than it does a lady, isn't it?
But she wears like a robe, and she's actually wandering the woods looking for her baby and her husband, because I think her husband went to war, but he never came back. I'm not sure about the child, but I know she wanders looking for a child, doesn't she? Child and husband.
But that does look more like a monk. I'm not obviously. I don't know. You can definitely see the cloak, and he's got his arms inside his cloak, whatever it is.
Tucked in, isn't it?
Yeah. Meant to wear. So, that's the legend behind that, isn't it?
It's a good capture, whatever it is.
It's very good.
Yeah.
So is that caught on a camera, on a phone, or do you take other cameras with you?
That was just on a normal mobile phone.
Yeah.
Wow.
We tend to use our mobile phone quite a lot. You know, we do have night vision cameras and lock off cameras. Yeah. We very rarely use them unless we're doing a full on night investigation, but we use our phone most of the time, even to get EVPs. It's the best device to have.
Yeah.
I think it really is.
It's like your phone. Your phone's good as a recorder as well, because I mean we've caught most of our best EVPs on a mobile phone. That's what we've caught most of ours on, isn't it?
Isn't it? Because I use a Philip voice tracer.
Yeah.
The one I use, and I always seem to get the good ones. It always seems to happen, doesn't it, Angela? I always get that one, a whistle, a shout, something or other. Something always happens. Yeah. And I've never really tried my phone, to be honest. I know some people walk around with their phones, but I always seem to drop back onto my voice recorder for some reason. I don't know, it's just habit, I think.
They do work.
Yeah,
I mean, they do. Except for the DR60, which is no good for paranormal, but even though most people use it, but each to their own. But we've got digital recorders.
Yeah,
but we found that we've used our phones more now than a digital recorder, and you've got it on you at all times, haven't you, as well? So it's
very true.
Recently, we went to Derby Jail. We were down in that area. We're having a few days away, weren't we? On
that was at New Year.
So we decided to go to Derby Jail on the way home, and I was just sat in the condemned man's cell, and I just thought I'll do a quick recording and see if I catch anything in there. Mark had gone to the car to go get his
I was
tripod.
going to do a walkthrough video to go in front of the whole video. So,
and I did a recording, and I thought, right, I'll listen to it when we get home. And when we got home, I listened back to it, and we actually picked up the word help.
yes.
We picked up the word apathy, which obviously means, like, is it loneliness and
Lack of quite a lot to do, which there will be in a jail, you know.
and then there was help again, and then was it go or like get out or something?
Or something. You always get told to get out everywhere you go, don't you? So it's,
but it was quite good. I mean, again, it was just an off chance recording, but it was amazing what I picked up on my mobile phone.
Do you think that's a good way of doing it, just on the off chance? Because if you sit there ready to get it, it doesn't always happen, does it?
No, and then you're disappointed, you know, and it's, but
that's what all ours have been.
I mean, fortunately, you know, we had the whole of the Derby Jail to ourselves. There was only the guide there and a woman that was with him. Other than that, we had the whole place. So we thought, we'll utilize this, to see then if we can do maybe want to do a paranormal there. And
is that the one that Richard Felix owns?
It is.
Derby Jail.
Fantastic.
I thought I recognised
He's a lovely gentleman. He really is.
We went to his Christmas party, didn't we? At Christmas.
No.
It was good as well. We enjoyed it.
It was good because I told him, I says, obviously he was going to go to the Salutation Inn, which was our Christmas bash, which is the one we just mentioned. And I said to him, I'm doing it in aid of combat stress because they're our partners, so to speak, now. So we're going to raise funds for them. And he actually donated 2 signed photographs to go in the raffle.
Nice.
Fantastic, right? You know, and I thought, well, that's really nice of him.
Yeah.
You know,
and is that the charity you sponsor, sort of thing?
It is, yes. You know,
do you want to give them a shout out?
That's on.
Oh, I'd say, yeah.
Obviously, we can't call them a sponsor because obviously they're a charity. You can't call them a sponsor, but they're more of our charity partner, so to speak.
Yeah.
And you know, I said, look, I contacted them one day because I thought, you know, it's a charity that's close to my heart, being a former soldier.
Yeah.
And I said to him, I says, would you mind coming on board as a partner? And she says, oh, what do we have to do for that? I says, you have to do nothing. It's what I can do for you.
Yeah.
You know, I says, we'll advertise you at every single event that we go to, whether it be public, private, whatever. You know, I'll take a donation tin with me everywhere I go. And I said, it's all about raising funds for you guys, which means a lot to me. And she goes, oh my gosh, no one's ever actually asked to do that. So that's fantastic. So we were definitely on board, and they're really interested in wanting to come to our investigations now. She said, whatever investigations you have, even if we can't come to them, we'll advertise them for you. We'll do this, that, and the other. And I thought, oh wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And she said, how would you like to come down to our treatment centre? I thought, no one gets access to that. No one, because it's military. And I was honoured, you know. And we're going to go down there either late this month or early next month and to have a look at what they actually do, and you know, hopefully meet some of the veterans down there that are getting treatment.
Yeah, what
it's
great
an honour.
Cause. Great
Massive
cause.
honour.
Well done, you. Well done, pair of you. That's a great cause.
It's nice to give something back.
Yes, yeah. I mean, we do a lot for the English Heritage now, which is a charity.
Yeah,
I love English Heritage.
Because we're the sole exclusivity to their south of England stuff at the moment. Obviously, they're going to move us further up, but it's nice, like you say, to give something back, isn't it?
It is
absolutely.
You know, we're non-profitable anyway. When we do an event, all our profit goes straight back to them anyway. Because we feel that once history's gone, it's gone. You're never going to bring it back.
No.
And we're destroying all our history, though, aren't we? You know, all these places that get knocked down. I mean, there's so many fires now at listed buildings. I don't know how they happen, but, you know, we're not getting into that one. But it's, you know, and it's just destroying all our grade listed buildings. Not only knocked all the asylums down. I know the dark, you know, the barbaric compared to today's standards, but it's our history.
It is,
and you can't get rid of it. I mean, I love it. You know, you do love history, haven't you, to be a paranormal investigator?
Yeah.
You know, and it's about keeping that history alive.
Yeah.
That's why I do a lot of urban exploring as well.
Right.
Places that people, even in the local villages or towns, have never even heard of or seen. And this is our history. It needs preserving.
it's a huge part of our life, isn't it? Because once that's gone, you know, children in the future are not going to see what we see. They'll just see it on a bit of paper, and it won't have that impact when we go into a fort, a castle, or an investigation. You look at it and think, wow, what a building. This is phenomenal. You know, even if you go into ruins, you can just see it in your head how it would have looked in that time. You know, and I think children
what we do, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we love ruins.
Yeah. Children coming up won't get that joy, will they? Like we do.
The trouble is, I don't think it's utilised a lot at school nowadays, is it? You know, history and that. I think it's more religious education now than history.
Yeah.
You know, and you got the wrong way around. You know, it's you know, history is valuable. No, it's it's a bit graphic. It's gruesome. Well, it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's like.
You know, I like to say we've learned from it, but in a lot of cases we haven't. But it's especially not with wars and stuff. No, but it is history. Is
you know we went to Auschwitz in Poland to go with myself, Jenny, and Dora, because obviously she can speak Polish. So, and that's one place where you can't say. People say, "Did you enjoy it?"
No,
I wouldn't say that I enjoyed it. But it opens your eyes to how cruel one person could be to so many people. And when you're in there, you just feel like us being sensitives and that. And you just feel the overwhelming, horrific energy in there, you know. And I would advise people to go. And I don't know why they don't take school children now to show them how, you know, how someone can be that bad in life.
No, it's, you know, they say, "Oh, well, you don't want to traumatize the children." They learn more on Google. You know, there's more traumatizing things on there. They know more stuff than we do. You know, but it is. I mean, obviously, it's definitely on our bucket list. It's up there with Alcatraz. Yeah, you know, and a lot of the German World War II German bunkers and things like that.
Yeah.
It's Auschwitz. You know, even just looking at the pictures. I know you can't grasp it from a picture, but you see all the ones that are full of all the shoes and the wigs and the Cyclone B canisters that they actually use in the gas chambers. You know, and
it's like one of the cabinets they had there had 2.5 tons of human hair.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, you know, 2.5 tons is phenomenal. You got another picture, Angela? Yeah.
It's just got a couple of comments.
Doris, but age restricted must be a minimum of 14 years old of age. Obviously, Dora comes from Poland, so you know. Graham Bentley's put, even where I go, people and children disrespect the castle grounds by dogs, mess, and litter instead of taking it home. That's an English heritage site too.
Disgusting.
You know, it is, isn't it? It's such a shame. You know,
you find the kids that get on the ruins as well. You know, they're disrespectful to the ruin itself.
The problem is these kind of things, and it's also the imbecilic urban explorers, so to speak, who get these places locked down, shut off, closed to the public. This is why they won't want members of the public in there. And I understand, and quite rightly so, but you know, you're ruining it for everybody else, and it's just there's no deterrent.
No.
It's just a shame.
You, as a paranormal investigator, want to get in there and try and grasp the history. Because I'm sure a lot of investigations is that spirits want to tell you their story, their life of living their good life, bad life, whatever it may be. And as these kids are you know, destroying it, so you're getting less and less access to these buildings, even though you're there with good intentions. Do you find that? Do you think that's right?
It is wrong. I understand from the people that own it, from their point of view. I get it. You know, I'd be exactly the same. I mean, I'd string them up, me. You know, but that's just my opinion. But you know, it's we find that quite a lot, though, don't we? Or you know, even when we're trying to ring up to place on board to go do an investigation, you know, we get a lot of that, or we get that we don't want your kind here with us. And I thought, well, you know, we're humans like everybody else. We don't worship the devil or anything like that. Well, at least I don't think we do. But, you know, I may have lived with a few, but you know, it's you know, and it's just you just get the door slammed in your face so many times, and it's just
quite disheartening sometimes, isn't it?
It is. You know, and it makes and what with that and the lack of the para unity, it makes you wonder. Why do I want to do this? But then you realise why you want to do this.
Yeah.
And it's to get the same thing that everyone else should be going for, to get evidence if there is life after death, and what is it?
That's the ultimate question, isn't it?
It is.
That's what we're
We'll
looking
never
for.
know.
Is there life after death?
But what can you do?
No. You got another picture, Angela?
Yep.
Oh, that one. That one was at 39 Degree Street in Hull. That one.
Oh, yeah.
There was only myself and my sister in the room at that time. So basically, we don't know, who that person was. All I know is when I did leave the building that night, I did take an attachment home with me.
Oh, no.
They only stayed for like a couple of weeks and then they went back. So, yeah, there wasn't that bad. But yeah, I was quite shocked when I saw that picture, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can tell it's not the reflection of the person taking the picture because it's a different angle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unless it's reflected off another mirror, because I think that's the mirror room, isn't it?
Yeah, and also there was nobody there that actually looked like that either. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's quite creepy then, isn't it?
It is. And you spend half your time debunking it. Or you do your own evidence. You always do. And it's just...
Yeah. Wow. It's a great catcher, though.
It is. Because it just shocked me, that one.
Just from the Grey Street.
Yeah, it shocked me, that one.
So what would you say is your go-to piece of equipment to go on your investigation? What do you think? I've got to take this.
What would you say?
Other than ourselves, because I'll always recommend that you are the best piece of equipment, all your senses. Other than that, I do love my SLS. I love that device. I'm no one's married to my SLS or my Spirit Seeker, which is obviously our cheaper version of an Ovulus. I'm not going to fork out £300 for an Ovulus because it's just not worth it.
No.
We've got our own one. It was about £100 and something, and it's
from Get Paratech.
Spirit Chat, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Get Paratech,
Get Paratech, yeah. And I love it. I think I take it everywhere. It's always it's small enough to go in my pocket, and I take it everywhere with me.
Cool. Another picture, Angela, or?
Yep.
We sent loads over, so.
That one was, again, at Skidbrook Church. That one was where the black monk that was in that window earlier that we saw in that other. Basically, I was just sat there with my team behind me, and I just had this feeling I was being watched. And I said to my team, I was like, right, just stay behind me. So I took a picture over in the direction that I was being watched, and that actually came out. So, and to me, it looks like a monk again, somebody wearing like a robe.
Yeah, it's that sort of shape, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, you can sort of see the hat feature, and where the face would be and stuff. Yeah, it's again, that was quite freaky.
Did you see that straight away then, or did you sort of look back at it?
I looked back at it after I'd left and I'd got home, and again, I was really surprised to actually see that. And I tried to debunk it the best I could, and there was just no way that you could debunk it at all. And we've been back since, haven't we? We've looked in that direction, and there's just nothing
I'm pretty annoyed at that place, really, because I have been there about 5 times and got absolutely nothing. I am really depressed about that place. It's not fair.
Yeah, I've
been. It must be Michelle.
It must be, yeah.
I've got loads of evidence from there.
The thing is, I've been with Michelle, though, and we got nothing.
No.
It
was too cold. That's probably why.
The thing about it, if anyone's ever been to Skidbrook or St Boltoff, or Boltoff as it's called, near us, is you can go on an absolutely calm, sunshiny day, and the minute you get to that church, the wind is howling, and it just has that oppressive feeling to it, doesn't it? Yeah. Not because you know where you're going, there is a difference in what you feel, but it just everything changes, doesn't it?
It is, yeah.
As soon as you step foot.
It's always like winter as well, isn't it?
It is.
It's so cold. It really is so cold.
Crazy. I think the only other one that does that, I think, is Colston Bassett, isn't it?
Yeah, Colston Bassett.
That's always demonic when you go there. It's evil.
Yeah.
So where are you based?
We're in Scunthorpe, North Lincolnshire.
So Ghost Dragon Investigations, but I got an XLS, but we always have it on the tripod to keep it still and not caused by program to try create figures.
Yeah,
it is easy for it to do that. We ours is on a tripod. And
it's just so heavy, isn't it?
It's extremely rare that we take. If we get bored, we have a little wander with it. But I always go to where I'm going to, stop, hold it, and stand still, and leave it for as long as my arms can carry it. But most of the time, it's on a tripod, locked off, and
Nice.
you know, it's because they are heavy.
Yeah. Over a period of time, they become very heavy, don't they?
I keep saying I want that one that Barry Guy uses because it's very handheld, it's very small.
Yes.
And I want to know where he got that from, but I'm not going to ask him. But you know, it's
I don't
very
know where he gets his stuff from. Probably
Yeah.
obviously they all get made for them, don't they? So
Yeah.
it's
shows on the TV then, doesn't it?
I remember he
Absolutely.
because obviously we used to enjoy watching Help My House is Haunted. We used to love it, but it's just getting like everything else now. And obviously with whatever happened to Ian Lawman, whether it's true or whether it's not, we don't know. I'm not going to speculate on that. It's not our place to do that.
Yeah.
But since all that's come out and everything else, it's the program's changed, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's
I don't think they're doing another season though now, are they?
No, I don't think so.
you know, Jane Harris seems to be going her own way now, which is great because I think Jane Harris is fantastic.
Yeah, I like her.
She's
very-
fantastic, you know.
Very sensible, down to earth, isn't she?
And that's
when
probably
you
why
listen
she's
to
been
her.
up.
Yeah,
Probably why she's left.
yeah.
Mm.
There's
obviously we
probably
can-
something between the three of them, isn't there?
Yeah, because
It
that's
is.
Trina Weidman though. She's coming on a couple of.
I don't know, you know, it's because obviously I've always respected her as a paranormal investigator. You know, when she's worked with Nick Groff and Jack Osborne, who I think they're both idols of mine. So it's and I was always fascinated with Katrina Weidman. I thought, what's she coming to Help Me House is Haunted for?
Yeah,
She's got her own Travel in the Dead show. You know, she doesn't need any of that. She doesn't need to
No.
be caught up with all the drama of Help. She
Yeah.
doesn't. You know, and
I mean,
so
I
don't
like
understand
doing in Portals to Hell with Jack Osborne.
That's good, isn't
it.
it?
Awesome, isn't it?
Yeah,
Jack
I really
is-
enjoyed her in that.
He's very switched on. I mean, obviously, you know, he has to be with his father, the father that he had.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you
yeah.
know, he's a very switched on paranormal investigator. He takes
Right.
it very seriously,
Yeah.
and
He's quite down to earth, isn't he?
he is. You know,
That's what I like about him. Is there
Yes,
another
it's
picture,
good.
Angel? Here we go. It's like bingo, innit? Eyes down, looking.
Yeah, there you go.
This one was at Bimbrook. Is that one there?
Oh yeah,
This one was at Bimbrook. This is when I was on a paid event, and it was just by chance again that I figured that I was being watched, and obviously there was only us that was in the building that was around at that time. And I took that picture, and then I look back on all my pictures, and it actually looks like a soldier with a hat on, and you can sort of see the facial features as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see. There's his hat. Look.
I'm looking
You
at
can
something.
see-
I'm looking at a possible face above that as well.
Yeah.
But again, it could be pareidolia. But
Yeah.
it's
But
It
yeah,
looks like a hand, doesn't it? Just above his cap. Like
Yeah.
fingers or a thumb showing
Yeah.
through, doesn't it?
oh yeah,
yeah.
And you see it just
yeah, I can see
literally
that now. Yeah,
There
like-
is. I was going to say there is actually legend of Bimbrook. Apparently, somebody called Clubfoot. Apparently, he haunts the Bimbrook, doesn't he?
it does. Yes.
What happened to Clubfoot?
It's either Club Foot was responsible. There was some tampering to some explosive devices before. I don't know, it was before or after they went on a mission,
Mm.
and it caused an explosion
Yeah.
that killed a few and maimed a few Air Force personnel. So, but they don't know whether he's got the blame for it, but whether he did it or whether he didn't do it,
Yeah.
that's uncertain. But
yeah.
and obviously,
Oh, wow.
not best.
No, but yeah, it definitely looked like somebody peering in the window.
Does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it
it,
looks really
it
good.
was a fantastic place, Bimbrook, but obviously we no longer have any access to Bimbrook anymore now.
Right.
After a falling out with, we're not going to say who, and
No.
Another paranormal team. Because we was going to do a charity event for Bimbrook because they've got, is it the Lightning?
the Lightning Jet, it's a synonymy
Oh,
to
yeah.
Bimbrook. It's the home of it's home, and the renovating one, you know, fantastic.
Oh, right.
And we contacted them to have a look round, didn't we?
Yeah.
Really, to have a look around the museum because they've got the old aircraft, Air Force fire engines there and everything. So we'll have a look round, and we went around this hangar. And I said to him, I says, because obviously he knew it was a paranormal team. I says, what would you think to us asking if we could do a public event here? Obviously, allow us to go to certain areas. You know, we don't have to go anywhere near the plane, obviously, because it's it's expensive.
Yeah.
And all the money that we raise, every
penny
penny of it will go to you to help fund the restoration of your lightning.
Nice.
And he goes, absolutely fantastic. He says, that's awesome news. Thank you. And yes, we would do it. And we'll have a couple of people there at your event. They had merchandise that they could sell. I said, yeah, we'll sell it all for you. Not a problem. But the in-house paranormal team at Binbrook did not like that. And he spat his dummy out. And he said, I'm having that now. I have exclusivity to this site. This is my site. And I don't want anyone making any money from it. And he goes, well, I'm not making no money from it, and I won't do that. It's for charity. So you're cutting their nose off, not mine.
Yeah.
I don't suppose you'd have security clearance. I said, excuse me, I was in the military for 6 years. I think I've got more security clearance than what you've got, pal. I'm not saying I've got a big head or anything, but you're just an investigator. Who at one point I admired.
Yeah.
And you turned like this. I said, you've damaged the chance for them getting some money for it. So what was the harm being done? We weren't treading on your toes.
Yeah.
And I even offered him to come along to it. No, I don't want it. It's not happening. So they had to cancel it.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Well, Para Unity, isn't it? It's great.
What happened to Para Unity?
Big egos.
Yeah.
We've unfortunately come across that a few times. And you probably have yourselves.
Yeah, we have in the paranormal.
It hurts, doesn't it? It hurts.
It does. And what also hurts as well, it's ridiculous because we got outed as fakes by a person that fakes all the time. I says, well, it's not the kettle calling the pot black, and he goes, oh no, our evidence is genuine. I says, your evidence has been outed by every single person in the country. You're losing members left, right, and centre. Yeah. And then you have the audacity to call us fake. We won't put anything out there if we're not 110% certain that it's that it could be paranormal. We've looked at every possibility of what else it can be. And then looked at it again and then again, got someone else to look at it, got professional picture people that deal with pictures.
Parapsychologists.
Our parapsychologists look at our evidence. Yeah. And if they said that they can't debunk it, then it goes out. It's simple.
Yeah.
But to call us fake, I mean, that was insulting.
It's difficult, isn't it? It's hurtful.
It is.
That's what we've had that a few times. Myself, Jenny, and Angela, and that. We've had that a few times where people seem to use you and then just see it's okay to destroy you.
Yeah.
It's just
I find it hurtful.
It is.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt then, these seems to be these people as well, these certain people, they have the most followings.
Yeah.
I'm not bothered. I'm not here for the following. I'm here for the adventure, the fun, and the searching for spirits and this, that, and the other. But we've got the smallest following out the whole of the country, probably, and I'm not bothered. But all these other ones, they get all these followers. I don't know if they buy them or they bribe them or what. I don't know what they do.
No, I don't know.
But they all seem to believe, oh yeah, we can see that. I thought, well, see what? I can see your picture, and it's just blurry.
Yeah. That's the thing, isn't it? People, we do this because it's our passion. It's what we love to do, and we love to share our passion with other people. And then it sort of knocks you a bit backwards when you get someone saying, well, that's fake, that's not real. And you look and they got 3,000 followers, and you think, what do them 3,000 followers see in that group?
Exactly.
They're just, and we just run along under the radar, and you know what we're like, me for a while, and we just tick along under the radar, let them do what they got to do. We're happy doing what we got to do. Yeah. We do this Monday Night Live, so people can get out there and see different groups and see what they are. So, people watching from up your way think, oh, well, that's good. Yeah, I know what they're all about. And that's the same as us doing it for Host for Ghosts and Angela for South Coast Ghosts. It's Para Unity for us is us being together like this.
Correct.
That's how we enjoy doing what we do. Alan Ray explores. This is a great chat, guys.
Well, thank you.
Let's have Mark and Michelle back on again.
Thank you very much.
We definitely will. It's a great. We really enjoyed it.
And we need to do a joint investigation. You know, we've been saying this for a while now.
Yes, we have.
We will come down to you. Not a problem.
Whereabouts are you based, Paul?
Myself and Jenny are based in Surrey, near Gatwick Airport,
Right, okay.
Croydon way.
Croydon.
Angela's in the south coast in Portsmouth. Angela, are you? Or
Yeah.
which side?
Yeah, Portsmouth, just above the Isle of Wight.
There you go.
Well, we're down there in May because we're going to the Isle of Wight 5 days in May.
We can maybe all meet up somewhere and do an investigation.
Possibly.
Yeah.
You know, obviously.
At the Durham House.
What, on the Isle of Wight?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been there, haven't we?
In May.
What day are you down there, then?
We're going. I was going to say we're staying.
You'll know this, not me. You're the calendar.
We're staying in Southampton on the 3rd of May. Then obviously on the 4th we're travelling to the Isle of Wight. So I mean we can come down on the Sunday because obviously we've got to check into the hotel, haven't we?
Yes.
Before thingy. But as I say, we go over to the Isle of Wight on the 4th of May, and then we come back on the 8th.
Okay.
Okay.
So if anybody's free, then we can tag along if anyone's free, and
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there's quite a few places around there. Angela knows D-Day tunnels. There's lots of faults. Widley.
Oh yes,
We've
all
done
of them.
Fort Widley.
we've done Widley. Widley
Yeah.
is exceptional. It really
Yeah,
is.
we like Widley. We got a loving of Widley, I think, because we're just in the middle of sorting one out for Fort Brockhurst. We did a few months ago for the English Heritage as the charity night, which has never been done before. So we've done it, myself, Angela, Dora, Jenny. We did it, and we didn't have a great deal of people. We're 15 people, 16 people, I think. Not a great deal of people.
Fantastic.
Because they dropped it on us sort of very late on Halloween. I think it was on Halloween night. It was the beginning of the school term. So a lot of people couldn't get the Saturday night out, but we ended up doing about 15 people, and we had a great night. So I think around the 25th, we're looking to go back for them.
Wow.
To do another charity night. But I'll send you the date once we
Yeah,
confirm.
Please do.
definitely,
If we're free,
And
then
then
we'll pop
If you're
down.
available, please come down and join us.
Yeah,
We'd love to have you
like
there.
those, don't
Be a
we?
pleasure. I mean, Widley, I've only done it the once, and we was hosting for another company, and before we parted ways and did it ourselves, and it was great because I took my group of people down with us down the whichever tunnel it was, and I sensed that something's watching us again from behind, and I turned around, and as God is my witness, I saw 4 British, or it looked like British soldiers pointing their weapons right at me.
Oh,
And I
Oh,
thought,
wow.
okay. I hope that's a spirit and not real. Because it's dead. But obviously, and I don't tend to see apparitions at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I sense more than anything else. But that
Yeah.
was, and it was weird because obviously I know they do training there as well. I don't know if it's the armed police that train there or I think the Royal Marines train there, I think.
Is it?
And we actually found 9mm blank ammunition cases on the ground.
Oh, wow.
When we first went down there, they weren't there.
Yeah.
Well, or I weren't looking, one or the other, but yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a great place. We like Widley.
Widley's
But
nice.
I'd say Brockhurst is still young in its thing. It was one of the biggest forts on the south coast. It would hold over 2,000 soldiers.
Yeah.
So you can imagine the size of the fort. It is huge. You know, we did a very small part of it, and we had some real great evidence. So there's tons more to come. But I'll keep you posted on that when it comes
Please
available.
do. I'd love to do
The
that.
only thing that shocked us at Widley was when all the other guests had gone home, we actually thought, oh, we'll just go for a wander round. So we actually went for a wander round up to the top of the fort.
Because you climb them steps, don't
yeah,
you? Go
we-
up outside.
Yeah, we climbed some steps, ended up outside. First thing we came face to face with was a goat.
yeah.
Quite a few goats. Yeah, but for the first time, I absolutely cracked myself because I wasn't expecting that. So they are real, aren't they? They're not spirits, are they? You know,
Spirit
but
goats.
these goats were looking at us, and I thought that they were quite menacing, didn't they? I thought, right, time to go. Bye.
Oh, there was a policeman down there. Oh,
Yeah, Graham's picked up was it a picture or video or an EVP, I think, of a policeman down
wow.
there. And it's a really loud shout out as well. So
That's interesting.
yeah, so be aware if you're there again, look out for the policeman. You got another picture there, Angela?
Absolutely. Right, this one was at Keighley Underground. We was just taking pictures. Was that at the end of the night? I think it was at the end of the night, wasn't it?
Possibly.
Was taking pictures, and we did actually believe that we'd actually been communicating with a child. And what I see in this picture is actually a small child, because you can see his trainers and everything.
Yeah, right at the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
wow.
feet.
Yeah,
Or it could be
feet,
feet. It
yeah.
could possibly be feet.
I
Couldn't
mean, it
it?
could be
bare
bare feet,
feet.
it could be trainers, your shoes,
Yeah.
whatever they used to wear with back in those
Yeah.
days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can sort of see his head as well. His head sort of hung down.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you can
wow.
actually see his like body. You can see his legs and everything. So, but
You seem to get some great pictures.
Yeah.
We picked up a child that had been murdered there anyway, haven't we?
Yeah,
we
there
believe
is-
that's who it was. We don't know for certain. But
There is actually fact, because Andy told us that it was a little boy, wasn't it, that was
Yes.
murdered there.
Yes.
Wow.
Apparently he was killed in the brothel by his mum. Apparently his mum wasn't very happy that she was having to take him to work with her to the brothel, so she ended up actually killing him,
Oh,
apparently.
That's
possibly with
bad.
the aid of one of her punters.
Yeah,
that's sad, isn't it?
yeah, and she used to shut him in a cupboard, didn't she,
Yeah.
in the brothel, and that as well.
We didn't
so-
find out about it until after the event, because we like to go in blind. We don't like to know
Yeah.
the history. I know they say, for your guests, a little bit of history, but I think no, because that can sway your mind to
Can.
whatever comes
Yeah.
through
Yeah.
necrophonics. Oh, it's
Yeah.
that, so and so. And then
Yeah.
it might, I'll say it could be just pareidolia,
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
like to go in blind, then do our research afterwards. And it was then that we found out about the murdered
No.
child. And
We're very much the same if we go into investigation. We
Yeah.
don't know anything about what we're going in
No.
because, as we say, the power of suggestion is massive, isn't it? Because if
It
you
is.
stood in a room full of guests and said, "Did you hear that knock?" They would all say, "Yeah, I heard that."
Yeah,
But for yourself, if we get a noise, we tend to stay quiet and let them say something. And then you're not trying to influence, like you say. The power of suggestion is massive, isn't it? You
It
can
is.
convince someone by saying, "Did anybody hear that knock?" And they say, "Yeah, I heard that."
Yeah.
So we tend to stay a little bit
Stay
quiet.
quiet.
it's difficult, especially when you go on a paid event to obviously, because they want you to interact, and we know we want you to interact. And I'm thinking, no, because as soon as, like you say, as soon as we say, "Oh, we heard that bang on that whistle," "Oh yeah, I heard it too," "Oh yeah, I remember," and I think, no.
Yeah,
So we basically waste our money and we keep quiet, but we know ourselves what we've caught and what we've heard.
yeah.
So
Another
it's,
picture, Angela. Have you got one, please?
ooh.
That one, that was the Venorb that I caught when I was again 39 Degree Street.
Okay.
And it was just quite interesting that I'd never seen a red orb up to
No.
that point before.
Never
So I'm
seen a
not
red
sure
orb?
what each orb signifies. I think
That's
it's meant to have some
interesting.
meaning.
Wow.
Something.
Yeah, I mean,
Really, isn't it?
that's the area of the paranormal that's not my area of expertise, so I haven't got a clue. All I know is that I think they're cool. They really are.
Yeah. And do you believe they are spirits moving around? A lot of people say, "Oh no, they're dust, they're this, they're that." I think Barry Guy is a very big one for, about
Yeah,
orbs.
I mean, I do believe in orbs. I do believe, obviously, because I've seen quite a few colours since doing investigations. I've seen, obviously, that red orb. But when we did a castle once, we did a castle called Bolingbroke Castle, which is just a ruin. And there was one night we were there, and literally I saw it was like a purple human-shaped figure at the side of me. And I said to Mark, I says, "Can you see this?" And he says, "What?" So I was there with my hand trying to, actually touch this thingy.
Oh, it's funny because I was sat on the steps, and there's the steps going down, and there's the archway, and Michelle was sat round the other side. So all I saw was Michelle's hand doing this. I thought, "What are you doing?" He's trying to land a plane or something like that, because I thought someone was a hand. She said, "I'm trying to catch, touch this spirit." I thought, "What spirit?" You're trying to chop it up by the looks of it. It was so funny.
But you
That's
actually
funny.
saw it on camera, didn't you?
I saw it on the camera. I didn't see it in real time. No, 'cause I'm not-
Yeah.
Because I asked him to come round, and we're not sure if he kept going at the back of it, through it, in front of it, whatever.
Yeah.
It just looked like you was going through it, didn't it?
Did.
On the camera.
I didn't feel anything either.
And we thought at first it might be lens flare, but then we thought, well, no, because he's not pointing a light at me, so it can't be that. So we debunked all that, hadn't we? Debunked literally everything.
That's,
Yeah.
that from Ghost Dragon. It is correct.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of people are they think, oh, it's an orb, and 9% of the time it's just dust.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
other times it's an insect, but on the odd occasion, you know, it has been an orb. You know, it's.
You can tell though, can't you, by the way
Yeah.
they move as
Once
well.
you've been studying it for a long length of time, you know, like we have, and we do like our research as best as we can,
Yeah.
you can tell a difference.
It does make you wonder, you know, can dust be coloured like an orb?
Yeah.
The light
You know,
reflects off it, you know, you don't know, do you? It's just, it
No.
could be anything. And this is,
Yeah.
I think the orbs, as fascinating as they are, they're my least favourite of any captures, because there could be so
Yeah.
much of anything else.
Yeah.
What's that?
Different colour orbs. Yeah, I mean, I've caught blue ones, I've caught red ones, I've caught purple ones and yellow ones, and I've caught all sorts of different colour
And you
ones.
sit there trying to debunk it, don't you? Is it you know, a light anomaly? You know,
Yeah.
obviously, you know, is it lens flare?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so we always get
Yeah.
other people. I get a friend of mine is a photographer, so he knows all about all this kind of stuff. So I get him to look
Yeah.
at it, and I think, well, if he can't debunk it, and another one of my friends can't debunk it, then I'm not saying it's paranormal, but I'm saying it could most possibly be paranormal.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's because nothing's certain, nothing 100%.
No.
Yeah.
And it's
You can never be 100%, can you?
No.
you can't.
No.
You know.
The only orbs that sort of fascinate me is the ones that really, really glow, and they actually move like a proper person. Because I know once I was doing an investigation, and over near my son, I saw this light, and it actually like just went like that, and then just completely disappeared through the wall, and that completely. And I've had
Also the way they move, isn't it? Like you say, the way they move. Would dust actually do that type of movement? Because it's with purpose, isn't it?
Yes.
It moves
Yeah.
with purpose.
Yeah.
So you sort of look at it and think, well, it's moved from there to there and there to there, and it's not, it's changed shape, but it's not, you know, and to me, dust will just move in one direction, either upwards or downwards, not across the room with a purpose. So,
And definitely not disappear through a wall.
No.
Definitely not. You know, it's.
Yeah.
We've got one video of what, we've got quite a few, haven't we?
We got
of,
one
ones
at
like that.
there's an abandoned officers' mess called RAF Manby. You know, it's very dangerous place to go. So I urge anyone if they go there. I mean, there are cameras and there are fencing up there, but you know, if you can get in by legal means, then but just be careful because the floor's rotten and everything. But we was in there and was doing an investigation. I think there was me, Michelle, a couple of my friends, and my daughter was with us.
Yeah.
And something came through on necrophonics, something like that. But then all of a sudden, then the REM pod went off, and you saw this orb come out the REM pod and went shot right upwards.
No, it started off at the top and then it actually swirled down because it ended up.
Fair enough. It started upwards and went down to the REM pod. Sorry, my memory's crap.
wow.
It's got a lovely little tail on it and everything, but it just swaggered. It wasn't like dust or anything like that. And I thought that's one of my best captures for an orb.
Nice.
What it is, I don't know what it is. You
No.
know, is it a spirit manifestation or is it just the aura around the spirit? You know, of the
What about that time when we was at Bimbrook and we set the torch up down the tunnel, and then we had the shadow moving in the tunnel?
Oh yeah, it's we had the video, didn't we? Locked off, looking down this. I think it's one of the escape hatch tunnels, and all of our team was behind us.
We put a torch facing down, hadn't we?
We put a torch facing down there to light the area up a little bit, and the next minute, it like something walked in front of the torch because the light went out. It didn't go out, but obviously it blocked it off. And that was fascinating as well. It's like a mist, weren't it? And it walked in front.
So I thought, well, we can't cause a shadow because obviously we was behind the torch, so obviously it can't be us causing that shadow. And it just kept moving. It kept like blacking it out, didn't it, in certain areas? And then you just see it sort of moving around as if something was down there, just moving.
And then you heard footsteps. Then you heard footsteps after it. So it's
incredible.
Really good.
It's good when it starts to go, isn't it? You know, that makes the whole night. If you get nothing all night but that's you walk home with that smile on your face, think, you know what? That was a good night.
Yeah,
you know,
it really was one.
There are, because there are many times when you go out and you're out for 6 hours and get absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
but probably pneumonia.
Yeah,
but you know, because we're the only fools stupid enough to go out there in the wind, the rain. You know, it's not very good for EVPs, but we go out there in search of spirits.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and, we risk life and limb, cold, whatever.
Come hell or
you
high
know.
water, as they say, innit?
Yeah.
We're
Exactly.
out there.
So we're not normal at all. You know,
No.
it's we are
Far
crazy,
from normal.
but it's
Your
great.
pic-
I love it.
Do a picture, Angela, if you've got another one there.
Oh, that was another one that was in the church where I caught the black monk. To me, it looks like somebody that's leant against the wall and they're holding like a candle or something like that.
Yeah,
And you can sort of see that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
well.
mean, again, it could be just pareidolia, but to me, it looks like somebody holding something.
Yeah. That's strange.
Yeah.
And that was the same one as you caught the others at?
Yeah.
Same location?
Yeah. That was at the same one. Yeah, it's Skidbrook Church, isn't it?
It is.
That's mad, isn't it?
It's crazy. It really
Yeah.
is. I mean, you hear footsteps and all sorts there, don't you?
Well, you do.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got nothing.
I must repel the spirits there. I must do. You know, it's
If Michelle comes running past you, you know something's happening.
yeah.
Yeah,
you know.
that's wrong with you because somebody's
Yeah.
ever chasing me.
Oh, brilliant.
Something will be after me. But yeah, I've got a video. I've got videos at Skidbrook as well from where I was in the bell tower, and literally the K2 meter was just going into the red all the time. Then I have another video where it's intelligent communication. I'd put a flashing cat ball on the windowsill, and there was no wind or nothing at that time. And I was basically asking questions, and it was actually responding to the questions that I was asking by flashing the ball on every single question. So it was really, really good.
Wow.
Really intelligent.
It's good when you get that
Yeah.
response.
That's a good response, isn't it?
It
It is.
You know,
So,
Yeah.
should we do one more? Let's have a look at one more.
Well, I've got some videos.
Oh, videos then.
Ooh,
Yeah.
videos.
Ooh, we like a video.
We do.
You sent the right ones, didn't you?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
What's in no?
Yeah. X-rated. No.
Yeah. This is not a family show, so you might get away with it. You might get away with it.
Play everything that the phones listening. Who's that?
Who's that?
Yeah, who's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know who Graham is. That's what I hear. I hear Graham, but I don't know who Graham is. I was down there on my own as well on that occasion.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, I was down there on my own. There was nobody else down there with me. I was totally on my own. And that down there, and I mean, you hear somebody say, "Who's that?"
Yeah.
And then obviously you hear the Graham as well. But I don't know who Graham is. I've no idea who Graham is.
We had communication with a George, but not a Graham.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
That's incredible, isn't it?
it's a fantastic place to go.
It is.
The caves
Yeah.
underneath there, old smugglers' caves.
They're
and
really active, aren't
hundreds
they?
and hundreds of years old. There's been highwaymen down there, smugglers down there. There's been a
Nice.
murder down there. So it's
Yeah.
and a little girl lost her life down there. So
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
it's
That was her room, though. That's Rosie's room.
Rosie's room.
Yeah.
That's what the
Oh.
legend says. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
But yeah, I was down there all on my own. There was nobody else down there in the caves with me.
who's in the pub?
You're very
Yeah.
brave.
Yeah, I am though. I am. I'm like really brave. I don't give a monkeys. I'll just go down there and just like sit there in the dark. And
I'm just the
and
same.
take recordings.
You know, we've got so many, even on our team, that say, "Oh, I'm not going down there, it's too dark." You're a paranormal investigator, for God's sake. You know, it's, oh, get out of the way, let me go down there. And I will sit in the pitch black for
Yeah.
half an hour, and I think it's great.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
heightens your senses, it really does. And I've got good night vision, so it's,
It was like when we was at Derby Jail though, because you went out, didn't you, to go get your tripod?
yeah.
You come back and I was sat in the dark because I asked the guy to turn the lights out for me because I was sat in the condemned man cell. And I come back and he said, "You didn't tell me you was going to do it in the bloody dark."
How can I
And
do
I'm
the
like,
video? You know, I've not got the light on. Because once you start recording on my phone, I can't put the light on, you see. So it's
Yeah.
I had to go back out again afterwards and do it again.
Yeah.
So it's Fire planning.
God, so disrespectful, isn't she? Turning
Oh,
the
you can't,
lights
you can't get staff, mate. I tell you.
Staff issues. Don't we
Oh,
all know
God.
that?
It was great though. Just sat in the dark, and Matt come in and he was like, "You sat in the dark, yeah, I know."
We do have some funny moments.
Yeah, you got to laugh, innit? But that's a good night, innit? When you come out and laugh at it, you think that was funny.
It is.
You know,
We've got a team that's got such a sense of humour. You know,
brilliant,
we can all, even though everyone works independent, we all investigate differently, and we can all learn from each other. That's why I said about power unity. We need it, but we act on it.
Yeah.
And because no one's right, no one's wrong, no one's an expert.
No.
Our team we've got loads of different skills, but we all sing really from the same hymn sheet, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, we know where the other one's going or what the other one's maybe going to be thinking. But then the humour comes into it. You know, there's three of us that are former military, so when you get the three of us in the same room at the same time, it's chaos. It's hell on earth. You know, even the spirits pack the bags and move out. You know, but we do have to have a sense of humour, because otherwise you end up either going to sleep or you're bored or
But it heightens the energy, doesn't it? You know, we look at it like every time we go out, it's like a school day. We learn something different every investigation. You know, you can go back to the same place and get various things that happen, you know, on each investigation. So we look at it as like an every day is a school day. You know, we learn something different each time we go.
That's true.
Is that all the pictures, Angela?
I've been asked to play that video again. If that's all right with you.
Yeah. Yeah, you can hear that.
Who's that?
Yeah.
What do we hear?
no.
Probably one of your fan clubs, Michelle.
Possibly. Possibly. No, you never know.
I mean, obviously, that's probably the fourth time we've been there now. And like, you do know that when you go back to certain places, some spirits do remember you, as we found out with Shepton.
Yeah.
You know, and you can have a lot more of a conversation with them, they're more open with you. And
they trust you more as well, don't they?
It is about trust, isn't it? That's what it's about.
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I think it's about.
It's like, you know, you go to a venue, it's like them sussing you out and you're sussing them out. You can see that spirit in front of you. You can see that there's that spirit in front of you. I could. To me, it sounds like a deep breathing. Yeah, it does sound like a heavy breath, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, there's the who's that, and then there's the Graham, and there's other things in between as well. The more you listen to the video, the more you sort of pick up from it.
You do.
Yeah.
And the more you listen to it,
in, don't you?
Yeah, the more you listen to it, the more you can pick up as well. It's just, you know, because people say, "Oh, do you edit your videos?" I said, "We don't edit them. We may slightly turn the volume up, so to speak, so it enhances all the sounds as well."
Yeah.
But you know, but no, we don't. I wouldn't want to edit things. Everything's pure, and you know, it's.
Got that on the screenshot just now from Jane Armstrong.
Oh, fantastic!
We do have sometimes get voices come through on the Monday Night Live. You hear a conversation or someone will go, "Hello."
I was going to say, I mean, with me having an attachment as well, I never know, you know, what's actually going to come out on podcasts or anything like that. Because we did a podcast once, didn't we? And there was my attachment was actually stood behind me, wasn't they?
Yes. You know, and it's just, especially if it's little Herbert, bless him.
Yeah.
You know, he's a little street urchin, bless him, and he's just very mischievous. So he'll probably be the one that says, "Hello, hello, hello."
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah. Over here. Any more comments, Angela?
There's quite a few comments I need to go back on from previous conversations, but do you want me to play one more video?
Yes, please.
Okay. Give this one.
Oh, the dog's biting himself now. I'll chuck the mop at him in a minute. Bless him. Oh, Shepton.
Oh yeah, Shepton. Oh yeah, this is where the spirit actually comes rushing at me.
It comes at you, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, this is where the spirit comes rushing at me. This is where I've slowed the video down.
And we still had someone say it was your breath. Well, what, coming towards us?
Yeah, but your breath goes outwards. There, look.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It actually comes out the cell.
Yeah. It sort of moves around you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does, yeah. I mean, I actually felt it go through me as well when it actually happened. I actually felt it. That's why the camera sort of jolts, because I actually felt it go through me.
That's incredible, isn't it?
It is. It's good. It was crazy.
Do you know what cell that was, or what wing, or?
It's still Sea Wing.
Yeah.
So it's still general population.
I think that though was like one of the actual well-known cells. I don't know if it was 4 or 8.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I know 4 or 8's got some sort of significant.
I've had a sleep since then, so I can't remember.
4 or 8.
It just comes at you.
It does.
Yeah. That's incredible, isn't it?
But like I said, we got someone that says, "Oh, it's your breath." Well, it can't be.
Your breath doesn't come at you, though, does it?
No, it hits something, it bounces off, but it didn't usually.
But yeah, it's absolutely
you can actually see it come, can't you?
Yeah.
It does go round, doesn't it, as well?
Yeah, if you look, it looks like it's tried to avoid you, doesn't it? It goes round.
Some of it's gone through you, like your arm. And
yeah. It's like someone pushing past you, isn't it? There.
It is.
You can just see it move round. Like someone pushing past you, isn't it?
It was absolutely crazy because it was just like looking at the video, weren't we, one night? And we was watching it on the telly, and obviously we could see it better on the telly, so was able to actually pick up on stuff like that. And it was crazy. And I said to Mark, I said, I wondered what had actually gone through me on that occasion. Something had. So it was,
It's a good place, isn't it?
It is.
I wish it was closer.
It's
I wish it was closer. And I wish it was a lot cheaper to hire.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It's astronomical price.
It's phenomenal, isn't it? And it's about 2.5 hour drive for us, really, to get to Shepton.
Wow.
Yeah. Same as Angela. I think. How long did it take you, Angela? A couple of hours?
Yeah, probably about 3, the speed I drive.
So is there any comments that
just going back, seeing what I've missed.
Okay. So where can people find you on www. on the Facebook? Ghost Train Investigations. I've done a spiritual cleansing before. One of the most surreal experiences I've ever done, and truly blessed experience.
I bet it is. They say it is good.
Yes.
Yeah, they say it is really good.
It's...
is that something you would do as a team?
We would.
If need be. It's...
So we have got Richard, he can cleanse, can't he?
Richard can cleanse. Obviously, you can cleanse. There's Amy. I can be moral support, but it's but or tea lady, whichever.
Yeah.
But it's if we had to, obviously we'd use those as a last resort. Obviously, it's like saying, people say, "Oh, can you move spirits on?" I said, "Well, one, we don't have no right to move a spirit on, but obviously if it's a danger or is really malevolent, and I won't pass that spirit anyway, I wouldn't. Then I would say a last case scenario, yes, move that spirit on. But to cleanse, because we do like to do more house investigations, private investigations. Yeah, because we get a few more of them under our belt, because they're different to your normal investigations. Are a lot different. Yeah, they have to be a lot more watered down. You can't go in like you go into our investigations, because we know what could happen. These are people's houses, people's fears. This is where the TV programs get it all wrong, because everything nowadays seems to be it's demonic. Well, not everything's demonic. It's it could be upset or anything. And it's just it plays on people's fears. So we would like to do more private investigations if we get asked.
I mean, we was called in to do a house case in September last year, and it actually turned out that the lass, she actually had an attachment stroke possession. So I
Right.
had to sort of help her out with that one as well.
Yes.
And we managed to get rid of that one after a couple of visits, didn't we?
Yes.
But yeah, we
We
managed
had a
to
bit
get
of
rid
help
of it.
on that one.
We
Yeah.
went in first, and I asked questions about like mental health and all that kind of stuff, like you do when you go in and you ask first. So we sat her down. We asked her about a family,
Few
about the
hours, weren't
kids
it? It has to
and
be.
stuff like that. And basically, from what she told us, we actually then decided that yes, she did need help. So we actually got our exorcist, didn't we, on our team, to actually come and help us. But when it actually came to the time of actually trying to get rid of the possession, apparently the lass who was possessed, she said that the exorcist person didn't seem to help. She said it was actually what I did that actually helped get rid of it, because she said it was when I started saying and doing what I did that it actually managed to then start backing away.
It had fear, didn't it?
Oh, wow.
Whereas when
Yeah.
That's interesting, isn't it?
the other
Yeah.
person was doing it, the exorcist or whatever he was or is, it should all the spirit was doing was just laughing at him.
Yeah.
Just laughing completely. Wasn't
That's
scared
crazy.
one little bit. So
Just shows you, doesn't it?
it does, and I've done a lot of research on demonology after what happened to my son. I've read a lot of Ed and Lorraine Warren's books, things like that.
Yeah.
And I've learned quite a lot
Yeah.
from those books. And, it's a lot of information. Especially The Demonologist is one of the best books I've ever read. By the Warrens. It's
Interesting, aren't they?
Yeah.
It is. I learned so much in those 200 and odd pages than I've done in the six odd years I've been doing it. And
you
whether you
just
believe Ed and Lorraine Warren or not, that's entirely up to people's beliefs. But
Yeah.
I think they were the pioneers of the paranormal.
Yeah. They are the first ones, aren't they?
And they wanted to help
congratulations on joining their club as well, aren't you?
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank
you. I was going to say, I spoke to Chris McKinnell just after I got out of hospital, didn't I?
He's a lovely bloke.
Yeah,
He is.
lovely,
He's
isn't he?
lovely.
So
Yeah.
knowledgeable as well.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
But it's a pleasure to actually join, obviously, the Warren Legacy Foundation. It's a big pleasure,
it's
and a big honour as well.
It's up there, isn't it? The pinnacle of because they're serious people.
I've been part of their paranormal because when I did it was NESPRA, New England Society of Paranormal Research.
Yeah,
they've changed their name slightly now, haven't they? And I did probably 2 cases for them down in the Surrey area.
Yeah.
It was a privilege because you get the lanyard and all the stuff that goes with it.
Oh,
to
wow.
say, because it's got our name and signed by him, and it's got the logo on the front, the NESPRA, New England Society of Paranormal Research. So, it's well done, you two. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That's quite a thing to get.
It is, definitely.
Isn't Nesper still on the go? So I thought Tony Sperrer took over from that, or am I mistaken?
I think he's changed the wording, Chris, recently, because it was the New England Society of Paranormal Research. That's where it was based in New England, America. But I think they've changed it slightly now. I'm not sure what they've changed it to, but I haven't looked at I got a thing sent out 6-7 months ago from them, but I think it's a change of name, just saying it's now this and not that. So I think it's something like that.
He's such a lovely guy. Like I say, he's so knowledgeable. What he doesn't know is not worth knowing. It's just, like
if
he
you ever
said,
get stuck, he's the guy to go to.
Yeah,
because he said his grandparents, they had no idea. They weren't clued up like what he is nowadays. Obviously, they were phenomenal. Obviously, Lorraine obviously was she clairvoyant or something, whatever she was. Fantastic lady. I'd love to have met her.
Yeah, I bet they were some interesting stories, weren't they?
Obviously people like that that don't believe in the Warrens or they hate the Warrens for whatever reason, jealousy, whatever.
Yeah.
But all they wanted to do was help people. They didn't charge nobody except for like petrol and things like that.
Yeah.
They did it for the wanted to help you, and that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like, you given a gift, don't you? It could be a psychic, a medium, and it's a gift to help people. It's to start that healing, isn't it? It's not about the before and after. It's about the here and now, what people need to hear to make them move on in their healing journey, because all they want to know is mum and dad okay?
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and we have the
Absolutely.
gift to tell them that. You know,
Yeah.
some people laugh, say, yeah, all right, but you know, I just say, well, you know, each to his own.
Some people take comfort in, you know, knowing that their loved ones are still around them and things like that, you know, and it's nice to give them that comfort,
Yeah,
You know,
and that peace of mind.
And I find as well is obviously, you know, some people like say they're so insistent that it's their parents, and you know, and even when you do an investigation and you find out that it's not their parents, I always think I don't want to break that for them. If they think it's their parents and it's not harming them, what's wrong with that?
Yeah,
You know, I won't say, well, it's not your parents, it's this, and this. What you know, I wouldn't want to do that to someone.
no,
You know, it's unless it was something sinister, obviously, but it's and to help people and what we did to this one we did last year, what you got back from it, saw the change in their character, and that they're so happy now. I mean, we're in contact with them regularly now, and she's so happy. She's all, you know, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. I said, no, we're nothing special. We just helped you in a time when you needed help. You know, you did all the hard work. You expelled it. We just helped to get it out of you.
It's about being empathetic, isn't it, to people?
You carried it for 3 years, and I can't imagine having this dark entity attached to you for 3 years or more. You know, so you're braver than what I am.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a pleasure to help people. I love it.
Yeah. We enjoy it. We love giving people messages that you see their face change, and you know their whole life. It's that, like I say to people, you know, it's not about before and after. It's about the here and now. What you need to hear now, that they are okay.
It is.
Yeah.
You know, they are well, they are happy, and that makes a massive difference to someone going forward, because that's all they worry about, isn't it?
It is. You know,
it's like Angela doing the healing and all of that. You know, it's all about giving that. So everything is fine, everything is good, and you're giving that extra bit of healing, like Angela does. It makes a big difference to some people. They get up, they lay down without a smile. They get up with a smile and look at you, and you think, "That's a good job there."
It's a job well done.
Yeah,
you know, even if it's an investigation that's not paranormal related, you know, obviously when people contact either you or us, whatever, they're at the wit's end. You know, it could be the house playing up, it could be natural, it could be supernatural. It's only like 2 out of 10 cases that are paranormal, aren't they? And you know, the other ones, but when you go in there and then you reassure them and tell them why it's not possibly paranormal, it's this, and this, and then they're happy with that. You know, and again, it's putting their mind at rest.
Not necessarily paranormal; it could be just unexplained.
Yeah,
exactly,
absolutely.
You know,
it doesn't necessarily mean it's paranormal. No,
you know, some of it could be mental health.
Yes,
you know,
very much.
And if we find that out and say, well, you know, it's this, then we'll always pass them on to someone that's, you know, educated in that particular field. You know, if it's a proper demonic possession, then I'll suggest, well, get in contact with the church, this, that, and the other, because they will help. It may take a bit of time, but they will help. But we'll always be there for them, even if it's something we can't do. We'll still always be there to have a moan to us, natter to us, whatever. You know,
you're always that point of contact, aren't you?
Even when the case ends, we'll say we're always here. We're always contactable day or night.
We never just leave them, do we?
No, you don't.
You know,
No. We always send messages out to people. How are you? How's things? Everything okay? You're doing well? And sometimes that's all people want to hear, isn't it?
It is. It means a lot to some people.
It does.
Yeah.
And it's a very small part of your life to help someone else.
Absolutely.
You know, that's the way we feel. So how can people find your website or your Facebook group? Do you want to give yourselves a shout out before we go?
We are on Facebook. Obviously, there's Darkside Spirit Seekers. Obviously, then there's Michelle's as well, which is Unknown Paranormal.
No, unknown and apparitions paranormal research.
Get a simpler name. Obviously, we're on everything but Twitter. So we're not on Twitter, but on TikTok. We're on YouTube. But then obviously we've got our website. That's www.darksidespiritseekers.co.uk. That's still up in air because we're still trying to structure it and put this year's events on. We haven't even took last year's events off yet. We've got to put this year's on. And it's finding time to do everything, but that's got everything about what we do. merchandise, things like that. Upcoming events when we put it on there. What we do, the team, meet some of the team as well. And
you want to give your team a shout out while you're here?
Oh, there's quite a few. It's about 27
we'll,
of us.
we'll be here all night.
We'll be here all night.
Two or three then.
Yeah, they're not important. It's I don't know if any of them are watching. I don't know, but
yes,
but it's all I can say is it's a pleasure to work with every single one of them.
Nice.
We've all got strengths, we've all got weaknesses, and we all help the weaknesses. Because it's the people on our team are far more experienced than I could ever be, and it's a pleasure to work with them, to learn from them. And we're always open. We don't have a hierarchy in our team. Yes, I always say as a joke, Michelle's the boss, I'm team leader, but we don't work like that. We're a family.
You're just saying that for quite life, aren't you?
Yeah, if someone's got a problem or an opinion, you come to us. We'll sort that opinion. If you can think of something that will better the team, I'm all ears.
Yeah.
That's how we work, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the same as us.
Yeah.
Nobody's any better than us. And people bring different strengths and different weaknesses which is fine.
Absolutely.
Which makes a difference. Do you want to give your partner, your combat stress, a shout out before we go? Everybody
yes, obviously, as not most people know of, obviously, Help for Heroes more than anything else, but Combat Stress, they're a team of dedicated individuals. Not necessarily, they're not military themselves, but they help out wounded veterans that are physically, mentally traumatized by the wars that we see. It is a charity that's very close to my heart personally and professionally. Yeah. They are a fantastic group of individuals, and if you can donate, their website will be going on. The link to their website will go on our page, and a donation thing. So if you can donate to these people, every penny does go towards them, not towards the CEOs. It goes towards them and the crucial help that they need to help our wounded veterans who, they need that help.
Yeah, absolutely.
They protected our country through thick and thin. And they deserve something.
We owe them a lot.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Mark and Michelle, for coming on. We will definitely have you back on. Definitely have you back on.
Yeah, so if you let us know when, and we'll plan it. No problem.
Absolutely, we'll definitely have you back on. It's so interesting, and it's lovely to see all your different investigations and your pictures. So thank you so much for bringing it on. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you. So it only remains for me. You're welcome. Only remains for me to say, hope you enjoyed tonight's program, and Mark and Michelle from Darkside Spirit Seekers, and from myself and Angela, have a great, safe week, and we'll just stay on after Mark and Michelle, so we just have a quick chat. And as I say, only remains for me to say, anyone who serves in the forces has my utmost respect. Vets are the backbone of the society. Here.
Thank you very much. Amen to that, brother.
Yeah. And only remains me to say good night from myself and Jenny, who's over there, hiding in the background.
Night, Jenny.
Eating the food.
Yeah. So we'll see you next week. We'll have another interesting person next week. I've just got a call contact tomorrow. We should have a nurse coming on to talk about growing up in a haunted house.
Wow.
And some of her experiences in a hospital. So
we'll have to watch that.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think that's going to be. Thanks, Alan. Ray.
Thank
you, Alan.
Thanks, Alan.
Thanks, Ghost Dragon Investigations.
Yes. Pleasure.
It's a great night. So it only remains me to say thank you for tuning in. And I hope you enjoyed tonight's Paranormal and Monday Night Live. Myself, Angela, Jenny, Paul, Michelle, and Mark. So have a safe week, and we'll see you all soon. Take care.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.